Ladies and gentlemen, 159th day of the Russian invasion and the 9th year of the war of the Russian Federation against Ukraine. I'm Andriy Shevchenko on behalf of the team Media Center Ukraine Forum. I welcome all of the journalists who tell the world about our fight for freedom. Here live with us is Natalia Humeniuk. She is the chief of the press center of South of Armed Forces of Ukraine. What are the hottest news? Glory to Ukraine. Glory to the heroes. Well, of course, the hottest news is the beginning of the shipment of grain from Ukraine, from Odessa. The first such trip happened this morning. It went successfully. Ms. Natalia, can you tell us in greater detail how it happens? We recognize that early this morning, the first ship under Sierra Leone flag left Odessa port. So physically, how the conditions are created for the free passage of those ships. It's too early to open all of the secrets of this operation because it still has to be successfully concluded. The fact that they left the city and it worked just fine, well, this is the first part of the larger operation. That's why let's hope that whatever is being guaranteed by our international guarantors would be adhered to, and that this whole situation will allow the port to reach the port of destination, this ship. That's why, under the conditions of the martial law, let's not share some details here. How long might it take for this ship to safely leave Black Sea waters, getting all the way to Dardanelles and Bosphorus? So when can we sigh with relief and say that the information was a success? Well, in maritime transportation, that's only when it gets into the port of destination, because in addition to the enemy, we have weather and storms, and let's wait for the ship to get to the port of destination. But the ship is out there in the Black Sea waters. The crew is enthusiastic. We've seen video how it happened, and soon enough we'll share it with you as well. I see. What other topics do you keep in the focus of your attention? Well, at Kherson axis, we can continue the fire control over the logistics and transportation arteries. We confirmed the fact that the convoy of enemies, including men and material and ammunition, that they tried to bring closer to supply the troops, we have destroyed them. This this convoy has detonated for so long that we can be comfortable that it was quite a massive success. Also, we blew up munitions and weapons depots, destroyed both by our artillery and our aviation. The enemy is reformatting their forces, focusing on Kryvyi Rih axis, and intensifying fire there only shows that the enemy tries to exercise psychological pressure on the population of this region, because they keep shelling them using the MLRS systems, shooting the other side of the water reservoir. So the situation keeps being difficult, and it's being developing dynamically, but we are controlling the situation. Even there's also the tactics of the missile strikes at Nikolaev this night. Again, we have another strike. We have another hit on the social infrastructure, medical establishments. Also, we have casualties already. So that's how Russians want to counter the counterattack of the Ukrainian armed forces. Maria Gonchar, Current Forum. The question is this: on the shelling of Mykolaiv, can you tell us where the shelling comes from, and are we able to destroy the munitions depots of the enemy in that area? Yeah, we observe the atypical use of S-300 air defense systems. One of the batteries have been destroyed by us already, but they keep redeploying on the occupied territory of Kherson region try to shell from different angles. What's the peculiarity of this particular weapon system? Sorry for that. I said the peculiarity, yeah, you said a typical use of S-300 complexes. So the peculiarity of that system is maximum casualties. This rocket system is to destroy aerial targets. So the missile, after being shot, detonates in the air. If it hits the surface, for instance, a wall of a building that has some additional acoustic capability, then it increases the destruction force a couple of times. So getting metallic parts into that shell causes additional casualties. So even hitting the land leaves huge craters and causes substantial impact wave. One more question. Despite the fact that bridges in Kherson region have been destroyed, the occupiers keep bringing the resources. How do they doing it, and do we know exactly how many of them are there? We have clear figures, but they're for military use only, so that we'll be able to correctly, accurately calculate our response. That's why I will not divulge that. But the fact that they bring in additional weapons, well, with the help of the pontoon bridges that they try to arrange in substitution of the destroyed bridges. So those pontoons have not been used that well. It's just the intention so far. The fact that they were able to reform their approach, well, they're still close in the vicinity of our airstrikes, so no worries. Can you inform us whether the number of Ukrainians increased that's evacuated from Kherson region? Yes. The evacuation keeps going on. Of course, it has been arranged with the occupiers. There are no special arranged corridors for that. But for the time being, we have a small road of life towards Zaporizhzhia, where the cars are leaving slowly with people, and there are other options for local residents to evacuate to temporarily occupied Crimea if it's critical for their life, for instance. And if there is heavy combat going on close by, especially in terms of counter-battery warfare. Miss Natalia, let's get back to Mykolaiv. We've observed over the last couple of days a radical increase of the shellings of the city, and you recalled the atypical use of their weapons. They hit the schools, hospitals. Are there any changes in the security situation in Mykolaiv? Are there any additional new recommendations to the residents there? Does it mean that the Ukrainian troops should also change their tactics in this sector somehow? Radically, we will not be changing our tactics. We'll keep searching ways how our enemy hits us and destroy those weapons. And every day we report about how we destroy MLRS systems, S-300 batteries, which last week has been destroyed. One of those that have been hitting Mykolaiv. What we recommend to the local residents to evacuate themselves if there is such an opportunity. Well, that's true, because that would save lives and the lives of your relatives. So if you have this opportunity, please do that. And that's what the local authorities are constantly telling people. But we keep fighting. We keep moving forward in this direction. Hopefully, in the nearest future, we'll be able to repel the enemy further enough to stop evacuating people. That was Natalia Humeniuk from the United Coordinating Press Center of Security and Defense Forces of the South of Ukraine. Our next briefing will be at 2 p.m. We will wait for a group of guests who will tell us about the information platform, the Children of War, which helps to for parents and law enforcement agencies gather information